Hello, I'm Emma from English, and in this lesson I found an American all the way down here in Australia, and I thought that I'd use him to show you some of the pronunciation differences between Australian English and American English. You don't mind if I use you, Allan?
Use away.
How long have you been in Australia, Allan?
2 weeks now.
2 weeks? And what do you think of it so far?
It's beautiful.
Yeah?
Actually, this is our first rainy day, but most days have been really, really nice out here on the west side.
Rainy days are good for filming, actually.
Oh, that's good. Perfect day.
Hey, what's one weird thing that Australians say? Australians say a lot of weird things, weird slang words.
Yeah.
What kinds of things have you heard that have kind of just weirded you out?
Maybe if someone said, go to the boot and grab some bush chooks and we'll crack a tinny. And you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. What he actually said was, can you go to the car, the back of the car, open it, get out a can of beer and open the beer.
Drink it.
And drink the beer.
So we can drink beer.
Boot is actually not that weird. That's
Boot.
just, you have a different name in America, right?
We just call it a trunk.
A trunk. The back of the car in America is called a trunk. But here in Australia and in the UK too, it's boot.
Yes.
You also say some really weird things actually. This morning you said to me, I'm gonna go and pet that horse out there. And I was like, what? Because pet is just like an animal in Australia, like a dog or a cat.
Right.
But you're using it as a verb, like you would.
Yeah, petting.
But we say pat the animal. And you say pet.
Yeah, pet.
Pet the animal.
Yeah.
But my point is that even native English speakers have, sometimes we have words or even pronunciation that we don't quite understand about each other, and you have to sort of piece the puzzle together. And that's definitely what we've been doing the last few days, right, since I met you?
Definitely.
Piecing it together.
Yeah, right. Piecing it together. Figuring it out.
I've got some words actually written down here that I want to test your pronunciation on, because I think that the way that you say these words is quite different to the way that we say them here in Australia. Okay. So I want to test that out, and I want to demonstrate to you guys what that actually, what it looks like, or what it sounds like, the difference between the American accent and the Australian accent. So the first one is this one, Allan. How do you say this?
That's hot.
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 Hot. Okay, so we would say hot. So more like rather than ah. Yeah, so it's a little bit different. That's an easy one to start with. What about this one?
It's gonna be very different. We say car.
This one, car.
Car.
Car. So the main difference there is that Allan pronounces the R at the end of this word. You say car.
We use the R, yes.
And we just drop that R sound. It's kind of silent. It's just ah.
Car.
Yeah, that's proper Australian accent. Car. All right. What about this one?
Bottle.
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 Now, the way that I say bottle is...
With T's, though.
Yeah, but it's not... Actually, lots of Australians have the same pronunciation of these two T's like you do. And often I say bottle as well. So instead of pronouncing that T, it's like a the sound, like a lazy D sound. Bottle.
Bottle.
Yeah, bottle.
Bottle.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty close. But that's one similarity between the Australian accent and the American accent, is this double T, or even just a single T in the middle of words, like a bottle of water.
A bottle of water.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like someone from the UK would say a bottle of water in a better accent than me. Okay, how about this one?
Burger.
I think the way he says this is hilarious.
Yes.
We say burger, but you pronounce this U in a different way.
Burger, yes.
Burger. And I just say burger. Okay.
Sometimes we drop the A there, we'll say garage.
Garage. Oh, like that's,
or garage.
that's really, really soft.
Yeah, sometimes it's garage or sometimes it's just garage.
So the main difference between the American and the Australian or the UK British accent pronunciation of this word is that we would put the stress on the first syllable and we would say garage, garage. And you would say garage. So the stress pattern is different for this word. Garage.
Garage.
Okay.
Bought.
That is not how you say that.
Bought. Yes.
Bought. It's pretty similar.
Bought. Bought.
Yeah.
Bought.
It's pretty similar.
Bought.
What about this one then?
Daughter.
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 Daughter. Or daughter. That's another good example of that T. Daughter. How about this one?
Aunt. Or aunt. But it's mostly, I think you hear people say aunt more.
Aunt.
It's my aunt.
We say aunt. Aunt. My auntie. Do you say auntie?
No, we just say aunt. We don't really use auntie as much.
Okay, so that's quite different. Aunt and aunt. How about this one?
Entrepreneur.
Okay, so the main difference there is in this last couple of syllables. We say entrepreneur.
Oh, really? Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Now I don't even know how to say it. Entrepreneur.
So you kind of do two syllables at the end here where we just go no. Entrepreneur or entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Noor.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
That's a weird word.
Entrepreneur. What about, this is kind of related, this word.
Yeah. There's niche or niche. Niche.
What do you say?
I say niche, but maybe I've been saying it wrong for a while. But I think people say niche though. It's your niche.
Lots of people in America say niche, but everyone outside of America says niche.
Is that true?
You just
Did
added.
you have to look that up?
No, that's true.
I want to make sure I'm not the only one here.
It's not just you. Lots of
yeah.
Americans say niche and add a T sound in there. But the rest of the world, the rest of the English-speaking world says niche. Find your niche.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay.
Caramel.
Sorry, what?
Caramel. We'll say caramel. Caramel apple.
It doesn't even make caramel. Caramel apple.
Yeah.
Caramel.
Yeah, so it's very different.
Caramel.
And I don't know why it's caramel, but it's caramel, or people will say it both ways. It's caramel or caramel.
Yeah, and
but I've
even
always
then,
said caramel.
If you say caramel, you put like a stronger stress on this third syllable, don't you? Caramel.
Yeah, mole.
Mole. Caramel. Okay. Oh, this one.
Mobile.
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 Very different.
It's quite different. But this is like
you say it correctly.
you would normally say just cell phone, right?
Yeah, we say
when
cell phone.
When do you use this word?
Like a mobile home, like to move things.
Not like a phone.
Right.
Oh, right, because we would use this for a phone.
Actually, I jumped in the ocean with my mobile.
You did too.
And I went to look for cell phones, and it's like in Australia, it's not really. They just always use mobile phone. So I was searching for what's the best cell phone plan, and that's not how they say it.
Oh, like you were Googling that.
Yeah.
But if you said that to someone here, though, they'd know exactly what you were talking about.
But
cell phone, mobile phone.
Right.
But if you did say mobile, or what did you say? Mobile.
Mobile,
they'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Actually, that's like the petrol company.
Yeah, we don't use petrol either. We call it gas.
Oh, yeah.
It's just gas or gasoline.
Okay, so these are like loads of vocabulary differences between American and Australian English. We're trying to focus on pronunciation, but there's a whole nother lesson in vocabulary for sure. Okay, what about this one? This one is one of my favorites.
It's very simply said, aluminum.
Aluminium is what we say. But actually, when I looked this up, You guys spell it differently.
That's why, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't think that's how we spell it right.
You actually have changed the spelling. So instead of aluminium, aluminium, you just write it aluminium. Is that right?
Aluminum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
Just a UM at the end.
Stop knocking that plant.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, how about this?
Leisure.
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 Leisure. But I can see why leisure, that would probably makes more sense. But American pronunciation, leisure with the R.
Yeah.
And Australian pronunciation, leisure. Bit lazier.
Yeah. Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric.
Here, turmeric.
Yeah.
This is
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I've called it turmeric for all that I can remember.
No, don't doubt yourself. That's just totally how you...
Try not to doubt myself.
Don't doubt yourself in everything you've known for 30 years.
Yeah.
But this is the spice, the yellow spice that's used a lot in Indian cooking and Malaysian cooking. Very, very tasty, delicious spice. So are you kind of surprised by how many differences there are, or did you already know about a lot of those differences between American and Australian English?
I think I get surprised by something almost every day.
That you're here.
Yeah.
It's still very new for you, isn't it?
Yeah, this the way it is pronunciation is just very different. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find the Australian accent easy to understand, or is it sometimes quite difficult?
I think for the most part you can understand it. I think the more harder things in Australia is like using different words for different meanings.
Different vocabulary, slang words,
exactly.
stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. All right, well, if you would like to watch any more videos about the difference between American English, Australian English, British English, I want you to go and check out these two here that are just right on top of Allan right now. Sorry about that, Allan, but can you just hold these videos for me right here?
Yeah.
Thank you, that's perfect. If you would like to watch more of these videos and get updates when I release new videos, make sure that you subscribe to my channel by clicking this red button here. And I will see you in the next lesson. Thanks for joining us, and thanks, Allan.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Bye for now.